What's up, everybody? Today's different. I just got off from viewing Mr. Kelly Legend, a video from Lucky, and I want to ask all of my audience members to say a prayer for his grandson, little Levi. Like I've said in the past to you, Mr. Lucky, I'm not one that prays my G, but I will say a prayer today, my boy. I said one in the past, and like I said, I'm not that person that really hits his knees to pray. I should start doing it though, because I do believe in God. It's just, I don't know. It's just something that I've never really done. But anyways, I want to ask my audience members, my subscribers, my channel members, and anybody that participates here on my channel to say a prayer for Lucky's grandson, little Levi. He's in a coma. He's going through it right now. I believe there's going to be some sunshine at the end of that rainbow, my boy, because I believe in the power of prayer myself, Now, with that being said, people, I got to remind you guys, this is a fitness channel with a twist. Today's twist is something I really didn't want to touch on this. I was already aware of this. Mr. Lefty Gunplay, man. A lot of people have been speaking on his sobriety. I was already aware of that. He was in rehab before anybody dropped any content on that. You know what I mean? Because in all reality, he is a Vallero. So the Vallero news, we usually get it pretty quick what goes on, And like I said, that will be today's twist. But once again, like I said, this is a fitness channel with a twist. And today I'm going to talk about gut health, because just the other day I spoke on about a certain culture, Indians, people from India, how they suffer with protruded stomachs and bloated stomachs, and they're vegetarians, you know what I mean? And the root of the cause is because of all the refined starches that they consume, tapioca flours and stuff like that, potato flours, maltodextrin, because it's included in their diet. There's a certain, I wish I would have looked it up. It's a certain type of bread that they always eat when they're having their meals, and that's what does it to them. And let's keep it real here, people. It doesn't just pertain to the Indian culture, the people from India, you know what I mean? It's just they tend to stand out a lot because since they're vegetarians, they really have this really tiny waist on them, but they have these protruding stomachs, really bloated stomachs. Some of them look pregnant, and that's because of their diet. And like I said, the root of that problem is the refined starches. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna give you guys some stuff that I use for gut health. Okay, turmeric, a natural anti-inflammatory. It also enhances bioflow. I like adding it to like warm milk, and it's a soothing way to support digestion within. Another thing is there's quite a bit of them. My mind's somewhere else right now, and you guys could understand why it is somewhere else, because I just had recently laid a person to rest, and the guy's still doing this, but like I said, I'm not gonna apply any more energy to that. It's a done data. So anyways, like I said, turmeric, man, it's a natural anti-inflammatory that also enhances bioflows. I like adding it to warm milk and curries. It's a soothing way to support digestion within. Start small and always pair with black pepper to boost absorption. Okay. Ginger is great for easing bloating, nausea, and sluggish digestion. Okay, I drink it steeped in hot water after a meal or something. Another one of my favorite remedies is for gas and bloating. It is cumin. Yeah, cumin. I believe that's the way it's pronounced. That also stimulates bioflow and helps reduce cramps, especially with IBS. So if you guys aren't familiar with IBS, that's irritable bowel syndrome. I put it into soups, lentils, and not only is it good for that, it gives it a little flavor. It has a lot of great gut benefits. Cinnamon is another good thing too, people. That'll help regulate blood sugar and calms intestinal movement. It keeps my energy steady and my gut at ease. Because sometimes I do have a crazy diet, so that's why I like to incorporate a lot of this stuff for my gut health. Because especially like coming, what I do, I eat a lot of chili, man. I eat a gang of chili. Another thing which is good too, especially since the holidays are coming up, is peppermint, man. Peppermint relaxes gut muscles and soothes the spasms. Okay, tea or capsules, whichever you want to do. But if you have acid reflux, skip that part. Okay. Now, the superfood that I really enjoy the most, because it gives a lot of flavor to a lot of meals, is garlic, man. Garlic, that's a powerhouse for gut health. It feeds the good bacteria and fights off the bad, okay? I crush it before cooking it. That way it activates the healing compounds. It's a natural antimicrobial, people. So garlic has so many great benefits to it. I would highly suggest that you incorporate garlics, and like I said, crush them up before you cook them. You know what I mean? That way it activates. It puts it in activation mode. Okay. Yeah. Now, with that being said, people, if you want to get started in your fitness journey, and you still haven't figured out what you need to do to get to where you need to be at in your fitness journey, hit me up. It's highpowerfitness.net. My program, I guarantee within 3 months we could get you some results, okay? All you have to do is follow the blueprint that I provide for you. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Now you got to keep in mind, on my program, people sign up with me that are broke, and I don't mean broke as far as when it comes to financials. They're broke physically, mentally. And once they sign up with my program and they see the change in their life, it brings out that warrior in them. Guaranteed, every last individual out here that walks the face of earth has a warrior in them. It's all about bringing that person back out again. And with my blueprint, guaranteed it will work. It will help you bring that warrior desire out that you've been holding inside. Trust and believe, it works, man. I mean, your confident levels, your clarity, your cognitivity, your focus, everything is on point. Maybe not at the beginning, but the longer that you tackle your program, you will see changes in your life. And as you see them changes, it betters your life. It builds up your confidence. It makes you strive for more. Hold on real quick, people. I forgot to put my little umbrella up over here. I'm always forgetting that. Keep in mind, man, I'm over half a century old, so sometimes I forget these things. And it is what it is, you know what I mean? It's not that my focus is off, It's just I got 1,000 different things going through my mind at one time. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, man, let me remind you guys, let's get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. Once we reach that 10,000 mark, I'll start doing lives. Everybody is welcome to pull up to the YouTube yarda, my YouTube yarda, okay? All I ask is for people to come with respect. You give respect, you get respect. You act like a fool, you're going to win foolish prizes. Straight up. There's not going to be toleration for stupidity. There's going to be nothing but fucking strictly removals, baby. You know what I mean? Because I do not want that energy in my life. I have bigger fish to fry. I mingle with people that have like-minded goals as myself. And these people that I usually mingle with, they've already exceeded where I'm trying to get. So could you imagine me bringing this negative energy to where I'm going? Then people wouldn't want that. And I'm not going to do that. So anyways, people, with that being said, let's get straight to the twist. Mr. Lefty Gunplay, my boy, he put on a lot of weight, didn't he? Man, it's time for my boy to sign up with my program. Let's get him chiseled because, he gained a lot of weight. I mean, I would rather see him looking that way than his old way, because the older way, straight up, I could relate to his old way. He was fucking tweaked out the game. And I say that with respect. Why? Because I was tweaked out the game at one time. And that wasn't even my choice of drug, man. I just happened to get caught up in it, and that was the kukui. That was the only kukui in my life, because other than that, I've always been the kukui. And like I've said, man, you trust and believe, the people that know me, you don't want to see the kukui, the guy that I used to be. No, you really don't. That person's dead. But anyways, people, so Mr. Lefty Gunplay, he signed up for rehab, or who knows the reason why. I have my reasons and beliefs. You know what I mean? Certain people play chess, and no matter how you look at it, he went through the process. Whether he was doing it to try to dodge other upcoming events, and I'm not going to put it out there, was a strategic move on his behalf. But no matter how you look at it, you have to go through the whole program. And being in that program, each individual is going to accept it with heart, really wanting to make that change, or other individuals are just going to use that as an escape route. And this is what I like to call people the get out of jail free cards. You know how you see them people on the side of the freeway? I'm going to give you guys an example, man. I remember one time I had caught a ticket and went to the courthouse, and they were calling up like 10 people at a time, and they were giving them all community service, this and that. And they called me up, and I guess they right away assumed that I wanted community service. And I told, no, Your Honor, can you send me to jail? I don't want to do community service. He goes, nope, you're doing community service today. I said, what? I said, why couldn't you be my judge 15 years ago? And I straight up, that's what I said, and I laughed about it. I was refused to go to jail. You know what I mean? So, and at the end of the day, I really didn't even have to do this, because I'm gonna put something out there. I know you guys are gonna try to twist up the story and the whole narrative on this. I was sent to do community service in my hood, and I play chess, like I feel an individual play chess as well. I hope he benefits by his sobriety, and I hope he stays sober. I really am rooting for Lefty. You know what I mean? I can't speak too much on his raps, because I wish he would use a ghostwriter. He has the look. You know what I mean? He could rap. It's not his raps. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I come from an older generation. I ramble around a whole lot, and that's what this cat does. Well, anyways, I was sent to do community service in my barrio. So what I did, yes, you guys can speculate all you want. I let it be known that it was going to be unsafe for me here to do my community service, because I was in my enemy's neighborhood. I played chess, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. I was able to wiggle my way out of the community service. The cat over there ended up signing me off. So that's what I'm trying to get at here. Mr. Lefty Gunplay, he went to the drug rehab. I wish him the best. I hope he went there with good intentions. But like I said, it's either get right or do life. And that's the way I live by. It's either get a life or do life. There's no other way about it. So anyways, man, like I said, I'm not going to elaborate too much on that with Mr. Lefty Gunplay. I'm rooting for you, my boy. We all know where we come from. We play chess. But I really do hope that time that you spent in there for recovery really soaked in, my boy. Take it and run with it, because it really does work, my G. You're going to lose a lot of people that were once around your circle, but them motherfuckers, you don't need them, because they were just there for the party, my boy. It's so much better seeing life for what it really is through a sober mind, a clear mind. I'm telling you now, I've been in incidents where certain things happened that evolved, and once the dust settled, I was able to make a professional judgment on what started the situation amongst homies, whether they liked it or not. I called it how I seen it. I'm not going to tell you what you need to hear. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. So coming from a person that has been sober over 11 years now, I think 11 or 13 years, I don't even keep track, you know what I mean? I see life in a whole different aspect. I see life for what it really is. My mind is no longer fogged up and polluted by fucking drugs. So, hey, my best wishes to you, my boy. I hope you stay sober. Whether you went there voluntarily or for other reasons, like I said, during your time there, I hope that wisdom and knowledge that you applied yourself to, I hope it was embedded in you, my boy, because you could be so much more than what you are. Real shit, man. I'm rooting for you, carnal. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, 10,000 subscribers, baby. Let's get this thing going. Let's go live. Now, if you want to get started in your fitness journey, hit me up, highpowerfitness.net, or you could hit me up on my Instagram. It's highpowerfitness, high_power_fitness_. Now, with that being said, you already know. Get up and get yours, baby.